And every time I think about them, they've given our team so much more than we were able to give them. And they really helped me understand how to be a better coach, dealing with their daughter's death and finding ways to make it bearable for all of us and to show us what real courage is. So, thank you. And you guys represent, the Toltes are here. Tatiana's parents, she played number 10 today. And again, they're, what? And locked. I couldn't see most of the game because people kept hugging me. I was like, I'm trying to watch. And the Toltes, again, are one of the things, these parents are, I'm going to miss them more than anything. And the Chandlers were here today. Alyssa Chandler, Owen, Wells, and Susan were here for the game. And now they're babysitting all the kids at home. So, incredible. I also want to thank my friends and family. A lot of them are here tonight at this table and that table over there. Really supportive through all of my challenges as a coach. And I'm kind of getting out of order here, but I need to thank Wayne. I would not be here if it weren't for Wayne. Truly one of, we were inseparable not by design, but just by coincidence some of the time, but for years and years, and he really did. He had money in a book in his bookcase in LA, and I would go and get it if I needed like gas or something. He had some I don't know, we called it Alice money. And he's so supportive of me and tons of women's rugby players. One of the most non-sexist people I've ever met. And for me, as you all know, that means a lot. So I can't thank him enough, and all of you guys, I'm sure you'll give him lots of love tonight when you talk to him because you know him and you know how great he is. I do have a couple more people. I'm sorry, it's a long list. There's lots of good people to thank. A lot of you talk about, I have one more person. A lot of you talk about how I always would stand up and fight even if it wasn't the easy thing to do. And sometimes I think I do it too much. And that's somewhat of a personal cost, but I found my role as sort of the person that's going to do that for everyone. And people last night and today, people keep talking about how they appreciated having this strong woman that was, leading by example. Well, if you want to know how that came about, you should look to my mom. Stand up, Mom. So this petite little mom is a fighter like none of us have ever seen. She has fought through some really incredible adversity, and and she was the kind of mom that if we said, "Oh, Mom, this teacher's really being mean," blah blah blah, she'd say, "Oh, go talk to him." and my dad would buy me motorcycles when I was like 11, and then 14, and then 16, get bigger and bigger, and she would hate it, but she'd let me do it. Like, she really hated it. She thought I was going to get killed, but she understood that young women really need to be themselves, and lots of other things, but basically I know that my sister and I both benefited incredibly from my mom's strong spirit and her willingness to fight for what she loved as hard as she could. Sorry. So that's what I wanted to say. And then the last group of people that I would like to thank are all of you that I had the privilege to coach. Because while you say all these things about, coaches foreign people and we teach leadership and we do all this, incredible stuff because we're just so great. You guys all came that way already. You come to Dartmouth, you got to Dartmouth as incredible people, and it is our job as coaches always to just support you to be the fullest expression of yourself. And I don't buy that thing that we're creating all these leaders at Dartmouth. I think they come to us, and I think it is our job to honor that. And every single person that I've ever coached had more to offer than I could even begin to offer them. And I hope that, and I know that will continue because it is it is how Dartmouth women's rugby operates. So, I had freshmen coming up to me today, and Deb, we miss you, that I'm like, you're gonna be great, you're gonna be fine. And yes, a club sport allows everyone to play and takes it whatever level of athleticism you have. It's gonna be a little different. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to step up your game, but they can do it. And I hope you all players stick with it because you won't regret it. I want to say one more quick thing before I have my introduction to do. Kristen Bolano, you heard about her tonight. She broke her nose very badly. She didn't play rugby that long. She was a beautiful girl, and her nose went across her face. And I was horrified. It was in the Northeastern Championship one of the years that we won, and the 15s, the last graduating club year, put together the most amazing present I ever got, which was a scrapbook, which I think I left in the clubhouse. And they asked for writings from all the alums that wanted to send something in, and a bunch of people sent stuff in, and all the team wrote things in it and drew in it, and they scrapbooked, they did all this artsy crafty stuff. It's amazing. And Kristen Bolano, who really didn't get to play rugby that long because her dad didn't want her to play after she broke her nose, wrote in this little, I couldn't believe it. She wrote in and she said, she talked about how much fun she had. I've said that several times. Never mentioned her nose, which I couldn't believe. It was bad. And it was one I've seen a lot. It was pretty out there. And she said, it was a little thing, and you probably didn't even notice, but you noticed I was pretty fast, and you said to me, you can run through those holes on those defensive holes. And she said, you probably didn't even notice, but to me, it was like you gave me wings. And I think that experience, it's not about the coach, it's about you finding yourself out there. And I think that so many of us have gotten so much out of finding our wings in all these different ways. And as I said in my retirement letter, I have had the best job on the planet. And it's because of the people that played and the willingness to go find your wings. It's hard. It's not easy. And so I thank you all for that. I should have ended on this, but I also want to thank the class of 15. I'm really proud and honored to have finally graduated again with you. I want to be an adopted 15. We're on the same schedule because I'm an 85, so I will see you. You guys set the standard for the varsity team to live up to. You trained harder than anybody else that I've seen. You were more dedicated. You did more work off the field. You did more charity work. You're incredibly philanthropic, which is extremely important to me as a coach, that you guys are doing all that stuff. And I can't be more pleased to have finished my rugby career with you. So all of that, good night, get warm. That's I'm done. But I do have to have an introduction because we have something really important now that if you guys aren't too frozen. I would like to introduce to you guys my successor, Coach Dowty.
Yeah!
Sure, come on up, Katie. Harvard class of 2006. You are not allowed to hold that against her. The referee, by the way, was also a Harvard grad today, a close friend. She's at home with the boys. So Katie Dowty, I remember her when I was coaching against her. She was a pain in my butt. she's a really scrappy player, and you can see she's fairly small, and yet played for the U.S. 15s and 17s for 4 years, and was a really strong player. One of the first to be invited to the residential camp for sevens as they're gearing up for the Olympics next summer. That's a huge thing. That's enormous. You guys have no idea how big that is. And she's got a tremendous amount of energy, which you need for this job. And I've spoken with the players, and they really enjoy her and really get a lot out of her coaching now. And I've watched the last 3 games. It's getting better and better each week as she gets her freshmen on board and starts working the systems with them. So I'm really proud to have her as part of our Dartmouth family, and her assistant coach Cam as well, who's one of the smiliest guys I've ever known and loves rugby. If you want to talk rugby tonight, go talk to him, because he can talk all night about it. And I hope to talk a lot more about it with him. So in our rugby world, you probably know about Quest. You probably do those where you come from too. I have a couple requests for Katie. The first one I actually gave to her when she got here, and I made her give it back so I could give it back for free. Give it to her for you guys. But it's funny, right? So the first one was given to me when I arrived back in Hanover to permanently live here in 1994, my first full coaching season back here. And it was to help me maintain my calm, which I'm pretty calm on the field, but it was nice to have, because we don't get the best referees up here. They just don't have enough. So it was, it's a referee doll, and you can pull him apart. So if you're mad at the ref, you can go to the sideline and pull your doll apart, and then you can be like, "Hi ref, you're really nice." So I got this from my first team back here. Oh, I just dropped his whistle. And it was there a second ago. And it lived through the fire at my office that was started by my van that was parked near the office. Singed eyebrows. So Katie, this is from me to you. Pass on the Dartmouth good luck. And by the way, we won the referees award for the best team to ref a couple years ago. So that's what this is bringing for you. They love coming here. And the second thing I have for you was given to me by my team at UCLA. And at UCLA, when I went there, again, as you know, I ride motorcycles, and I had my motorcycle, and I didn't want to scare anybody, so I had somebody give me a ride that night instead of thinking I was this big, tough motorcycle driver. And I showed up at practice, and this is a club team in LA. And there's Los Angeles Police Department and 18-wheeler drivers and bus drivers that are segregated bus drivers, blah blah blah. And there were some criminals. And so when I got there, and the first thing I saw were 2 giant Harleys and these ladies in full leather chaps getting off the bikes, and I literally saw this 18-wheeler. It was one of our players that parked her truck to go to practice. So I was like, oh no, this is not good. I was like 22 years old, and they called me Rhoda. Mary Tyler Moore's sidekick. Some of you guys won't know what that reference is. However, in 1989, I got an award from them. So in 1 year's time, I got my award. And it's for the coach from hell. So if you ever need a little reminder of how tough you are, here you go. The coach from hell. And I'd now like to hand over the mic to Katie, and thank you so much for freezing your butts off tonight, and thank you so much for coming.
I definitely have some big shoes to fill here, obviously. Cam and I, honestly, every day we talk about how lucky we are to be here. I mean, the clubhouse speaks for itself. There's nothing like that in the country, but what's happening here tonight, I've been bouncing around the rugby world now for a few years, and I can honestly say I've never seen anything like this. The camaraderie you guys have, the family, from the originals to the girls that beat Harvard today. I honestly couldn't be more proud of that. This is a bit of a personal vendetta.